Hello, legends. I hope everybody's weekends are going well. You've all got the turpits or very close to. I'm going to spend my last 10 levels with the balloons because I got the level 90. Well, I'm 88. I've got two more missions to fulfill, which will be done shortly after making this video, hopefully. So I'll be spending some money, 2,500 doubloons on getting that turpits. A few of my mates have already got it. I'm not going to say how they got it. Some skill, some doubloon spending maybe, but who cares? It's their money. I'm going to spend my money. I want it. I'm going to get it. So this is my tier 7 Japanese Amagi. Obviously on the hunt for the 150k damage in one game. The last sort of big one I needed to get to progress my levels for the turpits to save myself a little bit more money. I did get it. I smashed it really. Obviously, there's people out there that have had better games than the final damage I've done of about 200 odd thousand. But I was pretty happy. At one point around 140,000, I was very close to dying, and I was getting a little bit annoyed, a little bit worried, getting that close. Got a citadel on that turpit, so that's a good start. Try and take him out from range, because the closer he gets, the more dangerous he is, really, from my understanding, and that's how I'm going to be playing him when I get him tonight. He's going to be a pure built brawler, and he's got good secondaries, torpedoes to back him up when you need them. Do not go looking to launch your torpedoes, just fire him if you can. Secondaries on the turpits have got some pretty good long range, even without the commander skills, so yeah, I think it's going to suit my game style. Now, talking about game style, I play close to medium range. I've got brawler builds in all of my ships, or all of my battleships, should I say. Japanese, British, American, you name it, they're all close range. Now, I know there's going to be some of you out there that say, don't play this ship at close range, play it at long range, stay on the fringes. That's fine, that's your play style. Personally, I like to get a little bit close to short to medium range and support my cruisers a little bit more. Yeah, so but this game, I'm completely contradicting my gameplay because I don't get a chance to go in close range really in this game. I'm trying to get to A at the moment, and I'm trying to work my way in, and every single time I try and work my way in, I sort of expose a side to somebody, so I have to turn away and angle, and the Sharonhorst, I'll take shots on him in a little while, the Vanguard, I'll take shots on him, there's an Iowa down there, there's a Baltimore down there, there's a King George down there hiding in and out of islands, which is not necessarily how I would play him, because everybody's got their own personal preference on how to play him. A cruiser, I could understand a cruiser going in and out on islands and going backwards and forwards and trying to snipe and get back into cover before the battleship's reloaded. And the way I play my King George is I bow tank it, just with the front guns, set things on fire, because it sets everything on fire, nearly every salvo, if you get the right commander build as well. And then if my front guns get destroyed, which they do, because I bow tanking it a lot with a lot of survivability, I'll turn around and stern tank with my rear guns. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, you still got 4 barrels of the gun that you can fire at people. Now, I take a quick snapshot of that Vanguard, thinking I might be able to get shots on him, but there was an island there, and I did get a citadel, so that was quite a nice little lucky hit, I suppose. Obviously, it was well aimed, but I didn't know if I would have enough lead on him to be able to get the hit, so it must have dropped into his rear turret magazines, maybe. So that was quite nice, to deter the Vanguard a little bit. The York, he turns away, he comes back later on, he survives till nearly the end of the game. It's only Iowa is left on their team at the end. The York is second from last dead. So they're starting to pick on me a little bit. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships in the close area, and then there's another battleship, I believe that is, right on the fringes of my range of firing, and most of them, by the looks of it, are firing at me. So I'm getting a little bit worried. I'm 90,000 damage. The game's going well for the team. They're 2 ships down. We're 1 ship down. Got a good hit on that King George there. No citadels, but it put me up to 107,000 damage. So I'm on fire. I'm down to half health. I've got a minute left on my repair party. And I'm trying to just finish this King George off, which I think there's a torpedo going to hit him, but it doesn't in the end, which is a shame because that would have put him almost dead, especially with his next round coming in. So he got away with that, which is fair play to him. He is doing quite a good job of ducking in and out of that island, but every time he comes out, it takes a while for him to slow down and get back into cover, and he is exposing his sight to a few of our team. Sharon Horse completely side onto me. I'm hoping for some good shots here. My lead was pretty good. Got a good hit. No citadels. If there was one of those was a citadel, I think it would have destroyed him. But still, he's gone, which was a good kill because he was making his way into A, where our battleship is, and he probably was trying to get in close range to get torpedoes off on him. Baltimore, he's a pain in my bum during this game. At the moment he's not, because he's concentrating on that destroyer, I think, which is what he should be doing. So fair play to the Baltimore, getting rid of that destroyer. But he does come back to haunt me a little bit, that Baltimore. King George, still going to have a look at him to see if he exposes a side again to me. As you can see, I'm heading right to the edge of the map, which I'm not happy about, but I have to try and just let my repair party come back off cooldown, get some health back so I can re-engage. So I'm starting to turn south, trying to re-engage these ships. King George, yeah, I fired just a little bit in front and just a little bit behind because I wasn't sure if he was going forwards or backwards because he's been going in and out of cover all game. So he's making it quite hard for me to hit him, so fair play to you, mate. I want to finish him off. I don't like being put on fire in my battleships, especially when you've got a minute or so you could be burning out for if they set a few fires. Again, average sort of hits. I think somebody else finishes him off here. So the King George did put me back on fire. The Vanguard's taking shots at me. So I'm going to take a quick look at this Vanguard. He's out in the middle of nowhere, side exposed. So I launch a couple of shots. We'll see how they land. Average. Not so average. Yeah. Pretty bad dispersion there. Maybe if I had a long-range commander, it would help a little bit with that dispersion. Well, there's no doubt about it, it would help with the dispersion a little bit. But I like the reload speeds with the close-range commander and survivability. I like being able to heal a lot. I can pretty much heal in my entire health pool back. So Vanguard's finally down. So now we're down to 2-on-1 basically. 6 versus their 3. Now I'm still getting hounded by this Iowa, so I hit the side of the map. I know I was going to hit the side of the map, so I basically used it to slow myself down a little bit, rather than using my engines, because you can sort of stay at speed. It's a little bit of a tips and tricks here. You can stay at speed while turning if you're on the edge of the map, rather than slowing right down and losing all your speed. I didn't turn left because I would have exposed my side to all 3 of the enemy players, so I had to turn away. And that way I can put some distance between me and the Iowa and concentrate on this Baltimore a little bit. He's not going to do massive damage to me unless I give him a complete side and he gets some good shots of his AP. I don't even know, I'm assuming he can penetrate me at a certain range, but probably not at this range, so I'd rather expose my side to that Baltimore than the Iowa. So the Iowa I'm going to try and get out of range of for the time being. Concentrate on the Baltimore, maybe the York if he comes up. There is an argument here whether I should be using HE or AP. Now, the Baltimore is not a bad range, 12 kilometers, to maybe get some citadel hits on him. I got a feeling I do, possibly with this salvo. Not quite, but some good damage regardless, even without the HE. Now the HE on this Amagi is not great. It's about half the damage of the AP, I think. Now I know you will set fires, or possibility to set fire, and it's quite a good fire chance as well. But at certain ranges, if this Baltimore was in 5 kilometers of me, then you'd have to go HE because you'd definitely overpen him every single time. But if he's angling a little bit like he is now, you're going to get those citadels. Maybe through the deck, maybe because he's angled, your shells are going in at a certain angle and it's just lining up just right so you can get through that armour. Now the York, again, possibly should be using HE on this York. He's at a pretty decent angle for my AP to penetrate, but the main reason I don't want to change to AP here is because if that Iowa produces his side of his ship to me, I want to fire my AP at that Iowa. He is a bigger threat to me. Obviously, I'm starting to turn broadside now. Whether or not he's not fully upgraded or he's got a secondary build, I would have thought he would have fired at me from that range. I've got short range guns on mine because of my build. The Iowa's got long range, and he's not been firing at me very much. So unless he's had other tastier targets to shoot at, or just out of range, I don't know. I think that's the Yorks. The York will be firing torpedoes at me soon, which I'm assuming he will be. So he's within range 9 kilometers. I think it's maybe 8, maybe 9 kilometer range on the York torpedoes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Can't remember all the stats off my head. So I start turning towards him so I can engage the Iowa if this York does get taken down, but also he would have fired those torpedoes when I was broadside to him. So I've just got the Iowa left, and as you can see, my health is not looking very good. I've got support of probably 1 battleship, maybe 2 if he's in range. The one to the north of the map, center north of the map, just coming up to the north of A. Maybe not. So there's those torpedoes that I was on about. Luckily, we could slide through them. At that sort of range, 9 kilometers, they're going to be widespread. So any other York would have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing as far as my torpedoes. If you get hit, you get hit. So we just got a good hit on that Iowa. Got a feeling that was the battleship to my front left on the sort of 10 o'clock position. We're sat at 205,000 damage now, which is nice. I was worried about the 140,000 damage that I wasn't going to get. 150k. Once I did get 150k, I was happy. Obviously did not want to die, and I wanted to carry on fighting, but I got the mission done. So we're going to try and finish this off at this Iowa. So we'll go to the stats page once this dude's gone, and there he goes. So we got 6 kills, and not very many citadels, but you can see from the stats. I mean, anyway. Have a good day and a weekend, guys and girls. Get the turpits, have fun. Wait for the French to come out, which will be Monday, I believe. Have a good one. See you again on the next one.